holidays, ladies and gentlemen. This video is going to be a breakdown of the weapons from the dawning season. We have the cold front from previous 2 seasons. It has new roles. We have the Glaclio Clasm, the new fusion rifle that Bungie introduced, and we have the Avalanche. We go over all 3 weapons, kind of give like my thoughts on each role and what I feel like is better. Even like going through like if you use a mouse or keyboard, if you're on controller, you know, pros and cons. If I think the weapon is good, if I think it's bad, I'll kind of go through it. So let's start out with the one and only cold front that's been brought back this season. Aggressive, SMG, kinetic. I actually was picking up perks that I would use if I was using the controller and what I would, kind of go over. So in this slide here, you can see that there's blanked out perks. That means Bungie might be trying to put these perks back in the loophole. The reason why this is a thing is because Dragonfly was not supposed to be an intended thing. DMG kind of tweeted out on Twitter that they're probably going to be taking this perk away from everyone. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. But yeah, the ones that are not highlighted or, up are the ones from the previous season. Because I do have a Feed and Frenzy kill clip one, which is really fun to roll. Now, let's go back to what I was talking about. If I'm using a controller or if I'm on console, I have to worry a lot about stability. SMGs aren't that usable on the console. I have a bunch of friends that are on console that tell me that all the time. So if you're going to try to use this SMG, the thing that you want to go for is going to be stability. So that means stability masterwork. That adds 9 to it. I like to use small bore over chamber compensator. I mean, if you have to, go for chamber. I like small bore because it also gives me a bit of range. It's kind of like best of both worlds. And normally I would tell you to go for maybe flare magwell because you do get reload instability, which is something that the gun kind of lags. But if you feel like SMGs aren't that stable, especially on console, steady round is probably going to be the next best thing for you because it does add 14 and it takes away 5 range. But the thing about this is steady round is actually not going to take away a negative for you because you now have small bore, which is adding +6 range. So you still get like a +1 there. Generally, I would go for either surplus or quick draw in this section. But for you, you're going to be going for, we have under pressure, which basically activates when the magazine goes below 50%. So that means when the shots get to about 13 in this magazine here, it starts proccing. It gets it grants 25% to 50% increased accuracy and up to 20 stability. Okay, so you do get a bit of accuracy there, and you also get +20 stability, which basically makes it 65. If you end up getting this, cool, keep it. I would say dynamic sway because it removes inaccuracy from sustained fire and it adds 9 stability over time. The thing about going under pressure over dynamic sway is because it adds 9 stability over time. And the think about it this way. Over time, you have 27 shots. You're going to get rid of these pretty quick anyway. I feel like under pressure would be a better option just because you end up with, up to 20 stability, and it also still helps you out with accuracy. And I'm sure when it comes to like aim assist, accuracy is one of the things that kind of gets that procced anyway. So if you're on console or if you're using controller, you might want that on your side. Last but not least, I generally would go for one for all. And this is not just for people that are on mouse or keyboard or controller or on console. I like one for all a lot better than Rampage. Here's why. Rampage, you kill one thing, you have 10%. You kill 2 things, you're at 21%. You kill 3 things, you're at 33%. Hear me out. The magazine for this is 27. Sure, you might get that. You might get you might get to Rampage ×3, but then the reload is 27. So by the time you reload, you might lose that Rampage ×3. Even if you're running the reload on your gauntlets, you might not reach that in time. And here's the thing, if you do end up going for flare magwell, you might reach that because you get a bit of stability and you get +13 reload. But if we're going for this roll here, I'm gonna go for one for all. One for all basically allows you, it gives you 35% extra damage for 10 seconds. The cool thing about one for all is the perk says hitting 3 separate targets increase damage for a moderate duration. What you can do as well is it allows you to go after one particular target if you wanted to. So like if you see a captain or something like that, you wanted to use the one for all damage on that captain, you would shoot 2 dregs around it, right, with one shot, and then boom, you now have 25 shots because the third shot is going to proc on that captain, meaning one fall is proc, and you get to just shred through that captain. Or if you're going through a wave of like small ads, and like a bunch of thralls coming at you or something like that, you shoot 3, your perk is proc for 10 seconds, you get to clear up because it is 35% extra damage, and it is right away. And once those 10 seconds are up, you're probably reloading, and you're probably going to go to the next wave of ads. That's another reason why I like one for all over Rampage. You see what I'm saying here? Rampage, you have to kind of build it up, and the mag on this gun is not really going to allow you to kind of do that. But with one for all, you can kind of you can play around with it. You can basically have a strat on who you want to take out, when you want to take out. Now, if we're talking about mouse and keyboard, we're going to get away from all the stability. I am probably going to try to go for range or reload. Why do I want range or reload? The range for this is 48. And you can get up a lot more, right? Let's just say you actually went for accurize. Goes up to 61. You go here. You go to a range masterwork. It goes to 70. Now, full bore will make this 78. And that's a lot of range. I don't think you need that much range. I think it lacks reload. And I personally like a fair balanced out gun. I had someone in my chat, his name is Beta. This man wanted stability even though he's using mouse and keyboard. And you know, it's kind of silly because you don't really need stability when you're using mouse and keyboard because the mouse is very stable. Like, it holds a lot of stuff down. So generally, if you're one of those people like him, you probably want to go for small bore. Okay, small bore gives you stability +6 and range +6. So you basically get the range and stability out of one barrel. Then the next best thing here, in my opinion, is going to be flare magwell. Why do I want flare magwell? Because it's going to give you a bit more stability, which is +5, which is basically a +11, and it adds 13 to your reload. So you're kind of set there. Now, after these two are done, it's either going to be quick draw, which adds 100 handling, or surplus. The thing is, surplus adds and increases handling, reload, and stability for each fully charged ability. So if you're one of those people that maybe you're a hunter running frosties, you always have your abilities up, this might be the play. Surplus and one for all is going to be the play here. I like quick draw as well because, I mean, 100 handling on something like this is pretty nutty, right? So I do like quick draw a lot. Most of the time, when it comes to the barrel, for me, if I'm able to just get Hammer Forge, this would be my perfect role. So Hammer Forge, Flare Magwell, quick draw, one for all with a reload masterwork. If you're doing a lot of activities where you feel like the enemies are kind of pushovers, then sure, go for surplus. Surplus is another great thing to have. All right. Now, tactical mag adds +9 reload. But you know what sucks about tactical mag? It only gives you +1 to your magazine and it adds stability. There's no point. I'd rather take the +14 reload. Okay, that +1 for the mag is not something that I'm going to use that often. That's kind of the review for the cold front. That was the role that I was going after. Next, we have the Glaclio Clasm. It's a fusion rifle. I call it Erentil 2.0. It shoots like it. It feels like it. The bolts shoot the same pattern. But let's just go through the gun. Because a lot of people ask this question. If it's like Erentil, like, what would be the best thing for me to use maybe in PvP? And I'm looking at the roles. In PvP, I probably want to go for range. First thing that I like is going to be projection fuse. I know that this is highlighted for particle repeater. It adds 9 to your stability. But like I said, stability is something that you don't have to worry about if you're using mouse and keyboard. If you are on controller or you're on console, I will go through that role as well. Now, with projection fuse, I'm gonna go with Hammer Forge. Why? Because I don't want to lose my handling. The stability is fine, but I don't want to lose any handling. So having these two kind of gives me best of both worlds. Both of these are range +9, and it doesn't really have any negative. It does not take anything away from me. Now, in this section here, there's a few different things that you could probably choose. Kill and win. Lasts for 6 seconds, and final blows increase mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration. So more than likely, if you take someone out, your gun is going to be in a better spot for 6 seconds. Okay, so as you can see here, 20 range, 50 mobility, 40 handling. If we look at the base stats of the gun, we're at 85, so you add in 20 to it, you're basically maxing out. Mobility, you can't really see here, that's what's tied to your character. Handling is at 40, so that goes to 80. Right. If you're one of those guys that like to punch people a lot, especially as a Titan, you have Swashbuckler. I'm not sure if the one bow combo for the Hunter Stasis counts as a melee kill or not. I'm not sure if Swashbuckler procs on you breaking ice, so I'm not gonna say it does. But Swashbuckler might be an option that you might want to use. Demolitionist might be an option that you want to go for. I am probably going to say high impact reserves because the gun does hold 5. The gradual damage increases starting at 50% of the magazine. So that means that if you only have 3 shots, because that's basically half the magazine because the number's 5, it's going to give you a 4% to 6% increase. So 3, 2, 1, those shots get that, you get more damage from it. So range of damage is what you might be going for. So Hammer Forge, Projection Fuse, Kill and Win, and High Impact Reserves is going to be the role for you. Now, let's go back and let's go into a PvE setting. I forgot actually for the PvP to add a range Masterwork. If you get a range Masterwork, you're at 94. You basically have a monster here, by the way, for PvP. Now, for PvE, Ambitious Assassin will be something that I might be a huge fan of because if I kill something, it overflows my magazine probably by double. So I might be able to get 10 in there. I actually haven't tested this out yet, so I'm not sure how many you get. Most of the time, it does double the mag, but I haven't gotten a chance to check it. What I'll do is once I test it, I will put up the numbers in the description. It maximizes at 50% actually. So let me see. So if it's 5, I guess 7 or 8 is probably going to be what you get. I like Ambitious Assassin here because you can kill a few things and then like reload and have a bigger mag. I feel like Field Prep might be a better thing for me here. Field Prep is just one of those perks that I like because all you have to do is be crouch at the beginning of the reload animation and it reloads the gun really quick. Then you just get back up. So adding 45 to 24, that is 69. That's a big jump in reload. So having Field Prep here and Demolitionist might be what I'm going after. For those on controller or a console, I would say go for small bore. Add more stability and range to your weapon. If you're not a huge fan of small bore, I believe Chamber Compensator is still here. You can get stability and recoil redirection as well, but small bore might be the play. If you really feel like you need more impact, the impact is 95. If you feel like you need more impact in PvE, then maybe go for liquid coils. But the thing is, liquid coils also up your charge time. I'm not a huge fan of that because I like to go for charge time when it comes to fusion rifles or linear fusion rifles because, you know, damage per second, they just lag behind because of charge time. So projection fuse kind of just adds range to it. I don't have to worry about like my charge time being taken away or anything. You can also go with a set of coils, you know, which basically gives you a faster charge time. It does take 5 away. But 5 away, I don't think it's that bad. If I had to choose one to use for myself, I'm probably going to go with Hammer Forge, a set of coils, Field Prep, Demolitionist. All right. And then if, you know, if I am using a controller like, you know, or if I'm on console or if I'm on mouse or keyboard like Beta and I need stability, I'm going to use small bore. Next, we have the LMG, which is called the Avalanche. Avalanche is an adaptive frame machine gun. So normally I am going to recommend this for someone that's going to be using it in PvP and not PvE. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but EK has Warp on there. It does have Warp on there. But machine guns got nerfed when it comes to doing damages to bosses. So you're not going to be proccing this gun to its full potential anyway. I feel like machine guns in this game are basically made for ad clear. I went and tested this a few times. The amount of ammo that rapid fire frames get is just way better than what adaptives get. Rapid fires overall can hold up to like 400 and they have a higher DPS. So where adaptive frames Even the magazine size is only 57, and they hold up to maybe 190 at its best. Like that means like you have backup mag on, and you have appended or extended. They don't hold much. When it comes down to this gun, I would say if you need a new LMG for Crucible, use it. If you're not one of those people sword peeking and you're like, I want to get kills with my LMG, hell yeah, go for this gun, right? Or like if you get a gift back and you see you want to keep it, here's my roll. I'm gonna go for SPO 28 front. I'm gonna use armor piercing. I am going for this roll because I feel like this roll is gonna be a super killer. I don't feel like I need my heavy to kill like most Guardians in Crucible. Vorpal gives you 15% increased damage against Guardians and their supers active. When Guardians in their super, they have a shield. Armor piercing causes extra damage to combat shields and overpen penetrates targets. SPO 28 front gives you zoom +3, range +10, and handling +3. And last but not least, kill and win. So that means that you get increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration, which is 6 seconds. So putting this together, this roll right here with some range, it seems like I'm set if I am going to use, you know, an LMG in Crucible. But yeah, in PvE, if you're gonna go for an LMG, just go for the Europa one. It's a whole lot better. I know a lot of people aren't huge fan of rapid fire LMGs, but they put in a lot of work. Edgewise was great, you know. Timber Claws was great, and last but not least, Delirium was great, and everyone used it. No one questioned it. So that is my my review of these 3 Season of Dawn weapons. So if you have any of these rolls in the vault, take them out, test them out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, it's all good. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have friends that watch YouTube a lot, please refer them to the channel. It'd be awesome. And thank you for watching.